Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Thank you to my subscribers, welcome to the new ones. I hope you enjoy these tutorials and I hope you make them. Today we're going to make this beautiful table runner with flowers as it's shown on the picture. So it's quite big for me to stretch it here on this small table. And I hope you're going to enjoy making it. It's very, very simple and very fast to do. It takes a little bit longer with the to create the flowers, but flowers are fast to make. It's just to adapt them and to attach them together. You can use all in one color. You can add the pearls. You can leave the pearls. I have the tutorial already out on the pink flower. That's what I named it. And I'm not showing it on this video because it takes too much space. So there is a tutorial on it already. If you go to my playlist, you can go into flowers, 3D flowers, and you'll find the pink flower on there. So we're going to start by the middle piece. Thank you for your beautiful comments, your shares, and your likes. I really appreciate it. And thank you to everybody in the groups. Thank you so much, everybody, for your support. It really helps us grow the channel. I am very humbled and touched by many comments that I have received. It's quite special. So thanks again, and we are going to get started on this. Before I even get any further, I just want to let you know that this is size 4 yarn. I use only size 4 yarn. Well, not only, but most of the time. This is 100% cotton. I am in Europe. This is Portuguese yarn, not yarn, sorry, thread. I keep saying yarn. For some reason, it's simpler for me. It's thread. So, but you can use whatever size you like and whatever colors you like. So that's about it. And size 3 needle. You will need a scissors, of course, and some pearls if you're going to add your pearls on there. So you can do whatever color you want. You can do off-white, you can do white, pink, brown, red, yellow, green. It doesn't matter. It will look beautiful just the same. And this is a good size for a four chair cedar, or you can put on top of the counter or as an entree table. Yeah, if you have in your house. So yeah, so let's get started. Thank you so much, everybody. Please don't forget to share. And for the newcomers, I hope you enjoy and I hope you subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification for new uploads. Thank you. Let's get started. Okay, so we are going to do the magic ring. For some of you that don't do the magic ring, you can do 6 stitches. And inside of here, we're going to do 12 regular stitch. So you go up 3 and then you do 12 regular. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. So now we're going to lock it up on the 3rd place here, as you can see. We're going to go up 3 on the same place. We're going to add another one. So we're going to be doing 2 per stitch underneath. Okay, so 1, same place, 2, next space, 1, same place, 2. So it's going to be by 2s all the way around, and we're going to lock it in and go up 3. Okay, so we locked in, we go up 3. We're going to go in the same place where we did this one. We're going to make another one. Next space, we're going to do 1 single stitch, regular stitch. Next space, we're going to do 2 together. So this row is going to be all about 1. Next space, 2 together. Next space, 1. Next space, 2 together. So very simple. Do yours, go all the way around, lock in here in the third, go up 3. So we've locked in, we go up 3. Now we're going to do just single regular stitch on each one. So very simple, nothing to it, just regular stitch on each bottom stitch. So do yours, I'll do mine, and I'll meet you at the end. Don't tighten it too much so it doesn't start curving like a hat. Okay? So now we're going to go up 3 again. Actually, one more, 4. Next space, single stitch, 1 separation, next space, single stitch, 1 separation, next space, same thing. So not complicated. 1 separation, next space, 1 separation. Okay, meet you at the end. Now, I've changed colors obviously because I am doing the pink. So that's why you see me with the pink on. But if you're doing the same colors, you just go up 3 and 1 separation again, so it's 4. Next space, 1 separation again, next space, 1 separation again, next space. So very simple, nothing to it. That. We're going to go all the way around till the end. If your stitch is too tight, then give 2 stitches separation. Now we're going to go up 3, 1, 2, and 3, and 2 more. So it's total 5, 4 separation. So 1, 2, come off camera, sorry. 1, 2 separation, next one. 1, 2, next one. Very simple. And it's the next row is going to be the same thing. And you see if you can manage 2. If not, we're going to go 3 separation. So we've locked in. We went up 3, 2 more, so total 5. I'm going to try with the 2 separation. If it's too tight, I'll add 3. 1, 2, but I don't tighten it too much for the separation one. 1, 2, loose enough so it doesn't crumple up. And we're going to repeat this same thing like the row underneath. Now, if yours is too tight, because a lot of times I have a tendency to tighten mine up, then give 3 separation. No problem there. Okay? And I'll meet you at the end. So we've locked in, we went up 3. I added 3 more for separation, and then your regular stitch. So 1, 2, and 3, because I don't want it to be too tight. 1, 2, and 3, or else it's going to crumple up on me like a hat. 1, 2, and 3. And you continue on doing the same thing. Okay, so we are I'll start from the start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We are in row 9. Okay, so we finished. And normally on this size that I have done already, I would have cut my yarn and I would have done the off-white, but I'm making this one bigger. So I am not going to do the off-white, which is a different stitch. I am going to extend on the rows here so my pattern can be bigger than this one. This is a medium size. I'm going larger. So we're going to continue on, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If you want to make exactly the same size as I have on here, then you would have changed your yarn already, and you could have fast forwarded the video to get to this white one here, or off-white I should say. Okay, so 3 separation, again same thing, and doing the row repeatedly as we did the previous one, so nothing to it. We continue on. Okay, so we've locked in. Now this time I went up 7 because we're going to get 4 separation. 1, 2, 3, 4, because I don't want it to crumple up like a hat, so we have to keep adding stitches. 2, 3, 4, until you know, whoever's doing it bigger, until you feel like it's big enough. And then you just stop there and we go on into the next stitches. 2, 3, 4. So we're going to repeat this all the way around. Very simple, nothing to it. So I've changed my yarn already, and you could put on any single stitch here. Go up 3. We're going to do another single stitch in the same place. Try to hide your yarn already. And now we're going to do, try to hide it, maybe not. Okay, so 1, 2, and 3. Going to the next one. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to give 2 more in here. So it's going to be repeatedly the same round all the way around like this. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. If your stitch is too tight, give it 4. Like that. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so I've changed my yarn and I've started doing like we've been doing. So I've cut my yarn, I've changed it, and I put 2 in. Let me get you closer. So I put 2 in because now what we do is we do one side and then we do the other side. So it's half and half. It's not all together. So I put 2. I give 6 separation stitch, and I went into the other 2. 6 stitch and 2. 6 stitch and 2. Anyway, for some reason I miscalculated my stitch somewhere, probably here in the beginning, and I missed out one of these loops. But I wasn't going to take everything down. These are common things that happen on some of the patterns. No biggie. It's fixable. And in a way, it's good that it happened, because then I can teach you how you can fix it without taking everything down, and it's not noticeable. So you're supposed to have, let's say, like on this one here, I have 11 little squares here. Okay, this one I'm doing 10, even though it's bigger here, but it will be thinner on the squares here, which is not a biggie. You can't really tell because it's going to be big enough. So no issues. No, since we start from, you know, the very, very small corner, so you really cannot tell. So it's going to be started, you know, like from here. Anyway, so you're supposed to have 20 of these. Let's say like on this size, 20 times these little double regular stitch. Okay, so you're supposed to have 20 of them. Okay, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Now, for some reason, I missed a stitch. I ended up with 19. And when it's 19, you really cannot have it balanced. It has to be even numbers. So it's either 20, 22, 24, or 18, 16. You know what I'm saying? So make sure that when you're doing this round here, you got your 20 or 18 or 22, depending on the size you're doing. Now, as I was doing my top one to create one side, I noticed that I was short because I've counted the other white ones, the off-white, on this side. And I had 10 on one and 9 on the other. So I know I was missing one. No biggie, no problem. So what I did was I added another one automatically, which you can't tell, you can't see unless I point it out to you. Now, as you can see here, this is a small stitch. It's not a double stitch here, right? This is like the one here, small stitch. So I added here. And if I had to add another one, I would have added another one in here. So no biggie whatsoever, because now we're going up this way. And this way I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I'll have my 10 on this side too when I start forming this side. So you do your 10, okay? So that means you do your 2. Get it like this, because sometimes the color of the other ones is very hard to see. Okay, so you do 2, 6, separation 2, 6, separation 2, until you have 10 double stitches. Okay, chain stitch. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Once we do the 10, we are going to turn over. Okay, just put this here because sometimes I lose track of where I'm at. So basically we are going up this way, right? So we're going to be going back and forth until we finish, and then we're going to create this side. So you would do your 10, you would turn your work, and you'd go up 1, let me get you closer, 2, and 3. On the same one, make another stitch. We're supposed to have 3 now. Okay, it's going to keep going up on stitches. As you can see here, we have 2, and then we have 3, and then 3, and then we have 4 stitch, then we have 5, and then we have 6 and 7. So it keeps going up. Okay, so now we did the 3, and we're going to do 1, 2. We're going to go in the middle of the 6 here. So 1, 2, and 3. On your third place, you're going to lock it down. 1, 2. You go here, and you do 1 stitch. And you go to the next one, and you do 2 stitches. Like that. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 3. So you go on your third one here, and you lock it in. 1, 2, and 3, and you go here. And no biggie. I mean, mistakes happen, but I mean, if it's a huge mistake, noticeable, it's understandable to take it down. I've taken down many thousands of times on many patterns. But this is just a 2 small stitch, so you really cannot see it, no matter, I mean, really, can you really tell once it's like straightened out and what you can't tell. So 1, 2. Of course, I got yarn from the other whites or off-whites still hanging here. Okay, and then you go 1, 2, and 3. So you're going to do that until the end, and then we're going to reverse it again. So I'll meet you at the end with it. Okay, so no biggie. This is how it's done. Okay, so we've reached the end. We turn our work. We go up 1, 2, and 3, and back into the same place and create 3 more on top of the bottom ones, like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And go on top of the next one. So it's very simple. It's not complicated to do. This pattern is very easy. Okay, another thing I want to make clear. I like always to put relaxed music on. I have no copyrights whatsoever to music. Just want to clear that. I keep forgetting to mention that on the videos. Another thing I'd like to say, I am not the creator of this pattern. This is a picture that was sent to me to create for a client that wants it. She's seen enough going around the internet, and she has taken a picture somewhere and sent it to me and wanted exactly the same thing. Of course, I always put, even if it's somebody else's work, I wish I knew who it was to give credit to. I don't, but whoever it is, beautiful job. I always like to put a little bit of my input, and my input that I did was the flowers that I did for this pattern. So I'm not the creator of the pattern, but I am the creator of the design with the flowers. So I just want to clear that too. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I usually like to create my own things and have it unique, but you know, if certain clients wants a certain pattern and it's not my creation, depending on what kind of pattern it is, then I will accept or disagree. But usually customers are right, so we'll go with the flow. Like I said, if I knew who the creator was, I'd give credit to for sure, because each creator deserves their credit. They broke their heads to do it. I wouldn't like it if somebody did it to mine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So congrats to the creator of this pattern. And like I said, I did create was the design on it, but not the pattern itself. My creation was the design of the flowers around it, because the picture came just the pattern, not with flowers. So this is what it is, and you're going to do that until... Okay, everybody, so we've reached the end with the 3. Okay, so we started here and we've reached the end. Now we need to go here, and we're going to turn our work, and now we're going to go in through the loops like this, and actually not even like this, sorry, because then I will show it on like that. So we're going to go through the middle up top, and we're just going to walk through it to get to the middle of the 3 stitch here. Okay, and then we'd go. So basically it stays like that. I think it looks more clean. And now we're going to do 1, 2, 3, and in here we're going to do 2, because now we're creating rows of 4 regular stitches. Okay, and then the regular 1, 2, and 3, and then we're going to go right in the middle here, because now we're going up. Let me show you so you know what I'm talking about. So now we're going up. Okay, so we've done already one escalator. Now we're doing this one. So we're going up now from here. So we're repeating the same thing all the way to the end. Don't forget, we have to go absolutely to the end, because the end is where is our straight row. And we're doing 4 like that, like that. Meet you at the end. So now we've reached the end. We've turned our work, right? Turn it. Then we're going to do the 4 again. So don't forget what I told you. It's always by 2 sections of 4, 2 sections of 3, 2 of 4, 2 of 5, 2 of 6. So we do our 4 again. And of course, this is our straight line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If your stitch is too loose, give it only 5. Oops. And I'll meet you at the end. So now we're going to turn our work around. We're going to go up 1, 2, and 3. And now we're going to do groups of 5. And we have one more row here before we do another escalator. So we have 4 and 5. 2, 2, 4, and 5. So you would add 1 somewhere in the middle here. 1, 2, 3, and you go 1, 2, and 3, 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do our groups of 5 again. So we have 3, we're going to add 1 more. Doesn't matter where you add in the middle. Okay, and we have 1 more row of 5 up top before we create another escalator. I'll meet you at the end. So we've come to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let me just check here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1 more row of 5. 1, 2, 3. So same thing. A row of 5. And this will be the last row before we go up another ladder. Okay, so nothing changes. 3, 4, 5, 6. Like I said, if your stitch is too wide, then give it only 5 stitch separation and not 6. If it's too tight, then give it a 6. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so I finished with this one. I'm going to change my color. So basically counting from the white, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows. Okay, we have 2, we have 3, 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. So I'm just gonna add another color, which is the multicolor, this one here. Now, because we had left off, we finished on the right side with it, and now we have to work from the back. Okay, we finished here, so we gotta start here. Okay, so we're skipping now. Okay, we're skipping next. We're doing another escalator there. Just pull this yarn. Okay, we're gonna go up 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna do 6 now. 3, one more in there, 4, 5, and it doesn't matter where you put your 6th stitch. It could be anywhere. So I put in the middle. 1, 2, 3. For some of you, it's 2, and you go 1, 2, 3 in the middle. 1, 2, and 3. And we do our 6th stitch all the way to the end. So I did 2, 3, same one, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so this is what we're doing now. And we're going to go to the end. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much finished doing the row of 6. We're going to turn our work and we're going to do again a row of 6. Now it's going to be 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 7 on the same place until the end of here. So we're going to have 4 rows altogether, 2 of 6 and 2 of 7. I'll meet you on the last row of the 7 stitches. Okay, so I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So we are doing 2 rows of 6 regular stitches and 2 rows of 7 regular stitches on the same place. We're not going up letters, okay? So this is the same thing, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to repeat that until the end, and then 2 more rows with 7 regular stitches until the end also, before we change and go up the letter. What am I doing? So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, and 6. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way to here, and then we go up and we do 2 rows of 7 stitches back and forth. I'll meet you on the 7th last one. Okay, so we finished doing these 7, and now we're going to walk through to the next step. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on the same thing. So go in through the little loops so we can get to the other side. Okay, so now we're here. Let me just get it closer up. Now we're going to do 8 regular stitch. Go up 3, next space, and you're at your regular stitch on any one on the middle here. So I'm going to put mine here on the same place. And that will give you your 8 regular stitches, because we finished doing 7. So here we have 6 here, and then 7, 2 rows of 6 and 2 rows of 7. Now we have 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, and then we do our regular stitch that we've been doing from the other rows. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to add it here on the 4th, right on the middle. I'm going to put 2 on the same place. And 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we continue on until the end. So we finished doing the 8 stitch. We're going to turn around, and now we are going to do another one of 8 stitch, because it's 2 per each. We have 4 rows, 2 of 8 and 2 of 9 on the same group. So I'll meet you at the end of the 9 regular stitch. So we're going to do, this is the second row of 8, and we're going to do 2 more rows of 9 regular stitches. Okay, so we're going to do, it's 4 rows altogether, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 2 of 8 and 2 of 9. I'll meet you on the end of the 9th row. Okay, everybody, so we finished the row of 9, which is 2. Get you closer, lower this a bit. Okay, so we have 2 of 8. Get you closer again. 2, 4, 6, 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. And we have 2 rows of 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Now we're going to walk through it again. We're going to go to the next step. And from here on, it's going to be only 1 row per steps. I'll let you know how it is when we get there. Go through the loops. So I call this walking through loops, the best way I can put it. And into, okay. So this is what it looks like once you walk through it. Now we're going to go up 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to do 10 now. So and this is 4. On your 5th one, you can add your extension one. So you have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we have 10. 1, 2, and 3. And we go into the middle. 1, 2, and 3. And again, the same thing. 3, 4, 5. One more inside. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, so we're going to do that until the end. So we finished doing the bottom row, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And now we're doing 10 up top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going to complete this row of 10. And I'll meet you at the end, because now it's going to start changing a bit. Now we're doing 2 per 2s on the sides here. As you can see, 2. Instead of having the 4, we're going to be doing 2s. 1, 2 row. 1, 2 row. 1, 2 row. So we're almost finishing. And then everything we're doing on this side, we have to do it on this side. Exactly same thing. So all you have to do afterwards is look into your pattern and copy to this side, or rewind the video and go by the video again, because it's the same thing. So I will not be making I will not be making the recording on this side, because it's the same thing. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of this, and then we're going to the next row. So we're doing the second row of 10 regular stitches. So we finished doing our 2 groups of 10. Now we're going to walk up. We're going to walk to the other ladder, the other step. So we're making steps now after two rows. And it's going to be like this now until the end. Until your last step alone. Okay, so we're doing rows of 2 until the last 2 here, until the last stitch on the straight line. So it's going to be here, will be 2. Okay, I hope I'm explaining myself. Sometimes it's kind of complicated. Well, it's not complicated, but it's kind of try to find the best way to explain it, because you know you're in a camera, you want people to understand you, and sometimes I get frustrated with myself I beat up myself quite a bit thinking that I explain it properly. Will they understand what I said? So, you know, it sometimes worries me a bit. But, you know, we try what we can. Okay, so now we're going to do 11. So you'll fit a stitch anywhere. So you have 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I hope you guys understood what I said. So now we're going to do 2 of 11, and then we're coming to the next row, and then 2 of 12, and we're coming to the next row, 2 of 13, and we're coming to the next row until we hit the last row, and we do 2 stitches on it, which is the last one here. Okay, so now we keep doing 2s by 2, 2, then we walk, and then we do 2, and then we walk, and then we do 2, and then we walk, and then we do 2, and then we walk, and we do the last 2, and then we're just going to do small stitch all the way around to close it up. Okay, so I'll meet you on the next row again. We are on the 11, right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Yeah, so one more row of 11, and then we're going to walk through to the next one. So we finished that row of 11, we turn around, and we're going to do again 11. And once we finish this row, we're going up to the next step. So do your group of 11 again. So it's going to be 2 groups of 11. I mean 2 rows of 11. Okay, excuse me. So we finished the 2 groups of 11. We're going to walk through. Okay, this is what I was telling you. We're only doing 2s now. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, and now we're going to go to the next one until the end. So it's always going to be repeatedly now the same thing. Only 2 rows of the same numbers, like 11, 12, 2 rows of 12, 2 rows of 14, 13, whatever, until the last step, last ladder. So now we finish the 2 rows of 11, and we're going to do rows of 12. So we're going to do 2 rows of 12. Closer. Okay, so we have 2 rows here, and just cut this little piece off. Annoying. So we have the 2 rows here, 2 rows of 11 here, and now we're going to do the 2 rows of 12, and then we're going to walk through and do 2 rows of the 13 until the last little block. So we're going to add 1 in here, can make our 12. So it's like putting 2 in the same place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the same place, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we're going to continue doing our same procedure and one more row of 12. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we finished doing our 2 groups of 12, 2 rows of 12. Now we're going to walk through and do the 2 rows of 13. We're almost at the end, people. So it's a very fast one. It's longer is to put on the flowers. That's what the flowers are easy to make. It's the putting on, the adding on. It's a little bit longer. But then again, you know, you want to have something nice. You have to have the work with it. You know, what's the point of creating something so simple? You know, you want to give it a little bit of a touch, a little bit of a charm. So you got to put a little bit extra effort in there to spice up your pattern. I mean, if it's okay, simple is fine too, you know, there's nothing wrong with simple. But I like simple and charming. So, nothing wrong with that either, simple and charming. Okay, so 1, 2 of 12. Now we're going to do 13. 1, 2, 3, and then next one, and then next one. And you can add your extra stitch somewhere in the middle. It doesn't matter. There's no specific place for it. I'm going to add it now. Add here and there. Doesn't change anything on the pattern. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 rows of 13. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so we did our 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Yeah, 13. So, and then we have the other row of 13. Okay, so now we're gonna walk too closer here. And we're gonna walk again. Yeah, it makes a beautiful stitch when you have your stitch tight, but very difficult to work with. In my case, they taught me, you know, from a very young age when I first started crocheting to tighten my tension stitch up. So they did a good number on me. Okay, so now we're going to do, I believe it's 14. So we're going to do 2 rows of 14. So we're going to add one. Doesn't matter where, somewhere. Just add it there. And we're almost done, people. Isn't that amazing? Okay, so as you can see, we only have two motives left here. Okay, so we're going to do 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. How come I have 13 again? Hold on. Did I miss a stitch? I probably did miss the bottom stitch. Or not. So 14, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I missed a stitch here in the bottom. Yeah, I did. I can see it right here. No. Yes. I missed a stitch here. Okay, no biggie. We'll just add another one here. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. So these are little tricks sometimes when it doesn't change on the pattern at all. When you miss a stitch, you need to add 1, 2, 3. So it doesn't change at all. It's when you make a lot of yarns, one stitch here and there. It's not a big boo-boo. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So go ahead, people. You're going to finish doing the next row of 14, and then you're going to walk to the last one and do the last row of 15 2 times on the last one, like this one here. You'll have one left. Okay, so right now we are here. Then we're going to walk up and do 2 of 15 and cut your yarn. We're done. Or don't cut your yarn. We're going to make the little small stitch all the way around. Actually, no, we can't do it yet. You have to cut your yarn. Only at the end when we do the other side, we're going to make a little small stitch. So cut your yarn and we're going to be ready to start doing this side. So I'll meet you on the last row of this pattern only, which is 15, 2 rows of 15 on the last one. Okay, everybody, so we pretty much finished it. As you can see, we were here. So we finished doing the 2 and then the last 2, and I've cut my yarn already. And now we're going to start the other side. So you would basically, as you can see, we have the flat part going up. So nothing to it. So we're gonna start where the small pieces, so that means the right side up. And I've already given the knot on my pink, and we're gonna repeat the same thing. The only thing is on this side, we're gonna have the longer side, obviously, here. And then this small side will be on this side here. So we're going to do the first row, the 2 stitches, and then 6, for some of you, 5 separation, 2 stitches on each loop. So same thing, I'm just going to repeat everything. I'm just going to start it off so you know what I'm talking about, and then you can go back to the video and redo everything all over again on this side, which, as you see, it's a very fast pattern, so nothing to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Going to the next one and do your 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So we're going to do that until the last group of the off-white. It's at the end. So we're going to do it until here. Now we have 10 on this side. We need to make 10 on this side. I'll see you at the end. Okay, so we finished right there at the end. We're going to go up 3. Same thing, nothing changes. It's going to be exactly what we finished doing. We're going to do 3 in here, and 1, 2, and 3, and we're going to the middle here. 1, 2, and 3, and then into the middle here, and we're going to do 3. Okay, so basically what we're doing is the same thing as the first row, the second row. Okay, so you know that this side is the smaller side where the, right? Because it's like a fan. And then on here is going to be the big side. Okay, so just do your thing until the end, and I'll meet you at the end. So we've turned our work, and now we're going to do 3 more stitches. Don't forget, each row is 2 of each, so it's 2 of 3, 2 of 4, 2 of 5, and so on. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 3 in here. Okay, so do yours. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everybody, so we've reached the end, and now, well, of course, my thread had finished, so I had to adapt. And now we're going to walk through to make the little steps there. Okay, so you know you're walking through this side, that is the long side. Okay, so you walk through it. Just gonna clear up a little bit of the thread here. I hate when that happens, you know, when you finish your thread, your yarn, and you have to adapt, but no choice. Okay. Well, now we're going to do the groups of 4. So you can add in the middle, doesn't matter where. 3 and 4. Okay. Now follow the rest of the video. Like I said, this is how it's going to look like. So we have it going up this way, the small letters, and this is the long side. Okay, so basically it stays, just get it straight over here. As you can see, we have the small side here, and we have the small side here, the long side and the long side. Okay, so I'm going to let you do the other side on your own. All you have to do is back off the video and take it from there. Now, go into my playlist, and you can find the pink flower. I'm just going to show you how I adapt it on. And there's no right or wrong to adapt a flower. You have to go accordingly how it fits into these little, into the letters here, let's say. So I would turn it upside down like this. Just get this out of the way so it does not confuse you. Okay. You'd have 6 regular stitches on your big space here, on your big loop, and you'd go into the corner and you would attach, and then you'd continue on doing the 6 regular stitch, because you have to have a total of 12 in these loops. So let's see how much I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one more. So very simple. Even the flower is very simple to make. It just takes a little bit longer to add the flowers together, but not the end of the world. I'm sure we've done work more complicated than this. So again, 2, 4, 5, you'd count 6 regular stitch, and you'd put as it fits. Now I'm gonna so when you lay it, you can lay it like this. So I'm gonna put it here like that in the corner, like I have my other ones. And you just grab the back part of the corner. And you finish doing your other 6 stitches. So nothing to it. So because this is the very, very small one, you don't have to like do too much with it. So it's when you get to the bigger spaces that you have to play a little bit around, because the space is bigger. And you have to have enough to attach it to the other flowers too. So 3, 4, 5, and 6. So then you'd come here at the edge of the next little space there. And you tie it in. And you finish doing your other 6. So basically you're going to have only 3 petals attached to the pattern, or 4 with the flower, the next flower that you're going to put on. So it's 3 to 4 attachments. 2, 4, 5, 6. I'll show you in a minute with the other flowers and you'll know what I mean. So there's no specific place to on the petals to attach them. It's how it fits into your pattern. Some people have a tighter stitch, some people have a looser stitch. So you just play around with the flower to have it tied in. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I like to hide my yarn or thread in between the back loops here. So one secure way, not have it escape from you when you're going to wash it. Don't forget, people, this type of thread or even yarn, I mean, unless you're working with heavy duty yarn, this is all hand washable. It's not machine washable. This is very delicate thread, so you don't want to mess up your art. Very simple, just soak it in a bowl with some softener. Now, when you're working with collars, I also want to mention that for you not to have your collars spread into your whites and beige creams, I usually put mine in a bowl with cold water and let's say a scoop of sea salt, and leave it in there soaked so it can cure the color and it won't fade. It won't spread. And then just rinse it after a while. Rinse it out and hang it, fold it like this. Get it in the wire, so in case it needs to run the color, which is not going to if you're doing it like I'm telling you. I heard some people using white vinegar. I've never tried, but there's a lot of people saying white vinegar does the job, which is fine. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an example with this one I have here. So then you'd put your next flower like that. Okay, so that means you would tie it. Let me get you to back it up here a bit because sometimes okay, so you would attach it here and you would attach this one, the next one right here in the corner. Okay, get it, and then you'd leave one and then you'd attach one here. So you'd use 1, 2, 3, 4. So some of you will be probably using 3. If your stitch is too wide, they'll probably be using it like this. Okay, that means they'd be using 3 because their stitch is wide. If your stitch is tight, then you're going to be used 4. So you put one here, wherever it fits best, and one here. There's no specific place. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this one how I have it, and that will give you an idea of how I placed it. So I have the 3 here, which is my first one on the small loop. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, as you can see. I put it one here, one there, one there, and one there. And then here, I have 1, 2, and 3, which I'm going to tie this one to make sure. I should have, and I forgot about it, to make sure it doesn't move out of place. So I'm just going to stitch it in. And then here, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you start, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, like this one is way up here, so I have 5 on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So it depends. You play with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next one, because these are the bigger spaces. Okay. So play with it, and don't worry how it fits in there. It's going to fit in there one way or another. And oh my goodness, my thing is coming apart. I think I pulled too hard on it. Okay, my friends, so that cuts it for this video. I thank you so much again, everybody. I hope you enjoy doing this table runner with me. It's beautiful. It fits pretty much anywhere you'd like to put it. Really gorgeous, and use whatever colors you think looks best, on your furniture, your decorations, or as a gift. So I'm gonna name this one Lucy. This is in honor of my best buddy Lucy. I am her son's godmother. Ezekiel, so big hugs to you, my love. And I'm doing honors on members of my close members of my family for the next few patterns. So this will be called Lucy, and this is dedicated to her. So thank you so much, everybody, and I hope you enjoy doing this tutorial with me. Please leave your comments, your likes, and please share. And for the newcomers, I hope you like what you see, and if you do, please subscribe. It helps us grow the channel. Thank you so much, everybody. Stay safe. God bless. Until next time, bye-bye. Oh, and I'll have the reveal shots in the little video at the end. Thank you.